So welcome back guys. Now let us discuss that how does the TCP compute the accurate RTO value. How does the TCP keeps on updating the RTO value to adapt to the ever-changing network state. So as stated earlier, TCP sender keeps updating the RTO value for a connection dynamically depending on the network state. Right? Now let us get introduced to the new term called RTT, that is round trip time. It is the time interval which is measured when segment is sent and its ACK is received by the TCP sender. So RTT is actually a total time between when the TCP sends the data segment into the network and until its ACK is received. So for example, suppose in this diagram, suppose the TCP sender sends the data segment towards the receiver. Let the total time that this data segment takes is t1 second to reach from sender to receiver, right? And then the receiver responds back with the ACK. Let the total time that the ACK takes to reach back to the sender is t2 seconds. So for this particular data segments, the value of RTT will be nothing but it will be t1 plus t2. Right? So RTT is nothing but it is a total time which is measured by the TCP sender starting from the point when the data segment is injected into the network till the point when its ACK is received. Now let us talk about how RTO is computed. RTO is measured from sample set of RTTs measured for some previous TCP segment sent by the TCP sender, right? So for example, RTO can be calculated from the RTTs of previous 10 segments delivered to the TCP receiver. So you can see that RTO is nothing but it is computed from RTTs of previous n number of segments which is delivered to the TCP receiver. Remember, RTO is estimated for each TCP connection separately. Right? So RTO is not per data segment but RTO is per connection. If there is a TCP sender and if there is a TCP receiver, the TCP sender maintains a global RTO value for a connection, whereas RTT is for each segment. So you can see that RTO tends to be high for congested network and RTO tends to be less for fast networks, and this is quite obvious. Right? For congested network, the RTT values of the segments would tend to be high. And RTO is nothing but it is some average which is computed from the previous n number of sample RTTs. Therefore, RTO tends to be high for congested network, and for the same reason, RTO tends to be low for fast networks. So going further, RTTs can bounce up and down. So we want to aim for an average RTT value for the connection, right? Because RTT is per segment, it might happen that one particular data segment takes unusually very long time. And therefore, the RTT value for one particular data segment could be unusually high as compared to the previous n number of data segments. Therefore, TCP works with the average RTT value. This average should respond to consistent move up or down in RTT value without overreacting to very slow or fast acknowledgements, right? So it might happen that the TCP sender can measure the RTT value of certain number of segments, for example 2.1 seconds, then 2.15 seconds, then 2.05 seconds, then 2.15 seconds, then 2.20 seconds, right? And suddenly for one particular data segments, the TCP sender measures the RTT value as 5.5 seconds or 7.9 seconds. So you can see that these RTT values vary drastically as compared to the previous RTT values. So this point says that TCP sender must not respond aggressively to the drastic changes in the RTT of very few segments. So to prevent the TCP from overreacting to drastic change in the RTT values of very few segments, the TCP uses the smoothing formula, right? So what is the smoothing formula? The following is the smoothing formula. Now I understand that all this concept is actually a little boring, but we need to cover it for the sake of completeness of this course. Now if you observe, this equation carries three important components. The first component says that it is the newest RTT measurement. So this value is the measured RTT value of the most recent segment that is sent by a TCP sender. The old RTT value is the second component of the equation. Old RTT value is the average RTT of previous n number of segments. Now value of n is configurable and is not fixed. And the new RTT is the computed RTT value of most recent segment, right? So this is the third component of this equation. Now you see that there is something called X in this equation. X is called the smoothing factor and is usually between 0 and 1. So higher value of X, which is closer to 1, provide better smoothing and avoid sudden changes as a result of one very fast or very slow RTT measurement. Conversely, this also slows down how quickly TCP reacts to more aggressive changes in the measured RTT of most recent segments. But if the value of smoothing factor, that is X, is closer to 0, it makes the TCP to respond more aggressively to changes in the measured RTT of recent segments. But at the same time, it can cause overreaction when RTTs of most recent segments fluctuate wildly. So you can see if the value of X is chosen closer to 1, the weightage of the old RTT, that is average RTT of previous n segments in the equation, is much more than the weightage of measured RTT of most recent segment. It simply means that if you choose the value of X close to 1, TCP do not overreact to aggressive change in the measured RTT of the most recent segments. Whereas completely opposite happens if the value of X is chosen closer to 0. So you can see that this equation is nothing but it is weighted average equation. Depending on the value of a smoothing factor, you can make TCP to respond more quickly and aggressively to the new RTT measurement of most recent segment, while in the other case you can program TCP to respond very slowly to the sudden drastic changes in the measured RTT of most recent segments. Now this is how TCP computes the value of RTT of the most recent segment. Once the value of RTT of the most recent segment is finalized, then TCP can compute and update the RTO value of the connection. So RTO is nothing but it is just an average of RTTs of last n segments that is sent by the sender. And RTO value is set to 1 second when TCP connection just starts and TCP sender do not have any historical RTT sample to compute RTO from, right? So when the connection is established and three-way handshake happens, the TCP initializes its RTO for a connection to 1 second only. And it is only after that when data exchange happens between the TCP sender and TCP receiver, and when TCP sender accumulate certain number of RTTs of previous n segments, then it starts computing RTO as per this smoothing formula. So anyways, this was just a discussion to give you an idea that how TCP computes the value of RTO for a connection and how TCP keep updating the value of RTO for every data segment it injects into the network and receives ACK. If the network is congested, the RTT of the data segments that TCP injects in the network will tend to be high, and therefore RTO value inflates. Whereas completely opposite happens if the network recovers from the congested state. So final takeaway is that TCP keeps on updating the value of RTO for a connection depending on the state of the network.